Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So we're gonna go ahead and look at some of the cars that in California, because there's this mandate in California where we have to be at zero emissions, all EV cars, by the year 2035. That means all new sales of all cars here in the state of California are gonna have to be zero emission cars. So we're gonna see which ones are totally gonna be worthless coming up here. It's probably gonna, long story short, it's gonna be all of them. All of them are going to be completely worthless, but the ones that are going to be shocking, it's going to be, you know, very iconic cars here in California. But since we are a real estate channel, I'm going to go and give you guys a mortgage rate update because, you know, that's what we do here. I'm here to broaden your horizon. I'm trying to go ahead and elevate your total world of knowledge here. And we're going to go ahead and do a mortgage rate update because I'm here, a mortgage broker and a real estate broker here in the state of California and an auto broker. So if you ever needed any one of those things, link in the description below. But as of 8/3/2022, we're going to be sitting at 4.45% on a 30-year fixed. 15-year fixed will be sitting at 3.56%. 30-year high balance will be sitting at 4.76%. DSCR loan, which is going to be a debt service covered ratio. This is a loan product that does not require any pay stubs. I don't care about your W-2s. I don't care about your tax returns. None of that stuff. The only thing that we look at is going to be, hey, is the debt that you're acquiring, which is going to be your principal, interest, tax, and insurance, is it going to cover the total amount that's being serviced, which is your servicing, which is going to be your total rental income that's coming in. And then we do that based off of a ratio. Typically, we like to see 1.25 and or above. Hypothetically, what that means that if you have rental income coming in as $1,000, and then if you have your principal, interest, tax, insurance at $1,000, now you're a 1-to-1 ratio. We like to see 1.25 and or above. That'll be at $1,250 a month. So just to give you an idea of how that works, that'll be sitting at 7.85%. Bank statement loan, that's one of those other products where we don't really care about your W-2s, your taxes, and any of that stuff. All we do is we go ahead and take a look and see exactly your bank statements. We see your total credits coming in versus your total liabilities come out. We do a debt to income ratio on that, and then we see how much you qualify for based off of that. FHA 30-year fixed will be sitting at 3.79%. A 7/6 adjustable rate mortgage will be sitting at 4.52%. USDA, which is a zero down payment program, 30-year fixed will be sitting at 3.83%. VA 30-year fixed will be sitting at 3.99%, and a hard money fix and flip, which is a program that's, you know, for people who want to go out and buy distressed properties. They're short-term loans. Go ahead and buy it, fix it, flip it, and do all that other good stuff. So the majority of cars, now in California here, we're going to have a zero emissions mandate that's coming up. Means all new car sales that are going to be coming out is going to have to be zero emissions. Now, there's a big debate, and like, it's common knowledge, it's common sense. If you're going to go ahead and require all cars to be EV by X amount of time, well, shouldn't you go ahead and take a look at what the power grids could go ahead and hold up versus how many cars are on the road versus how much we could go ahead and charge right now? Well, the cars that's going to be taking the biggest hit is going to be one of the most iconic cars here in the Southern California, LA area. It's like if you want to live in LA, you know, you have to pick the most douchiest car you could possibly imagine. Like, every single person is an absolute piece of shit if they drive this one car. And trust me, I know because I have one myself. Now it's going to be the G-Wagons. The Mercedes G-Wagons are going to be deemed absolutely completely worthless probably after the next couple of years, because 2024, which if you have a 2024 model car, 2023 when they start rolling out, Mercedes G-Wagons are going to be fully electric. That means that all this new body style that they went ahead and redid and all this other good stuff, they're going to be worthless, especially the stupid prices that they're trying to charge people for these G-Wagons. Like, I'm watching G-Wagons. The G-Wagons are not worth over $200,000 unless you have a G65 or something like that. But there should be like between 120 and 150, somewhere around there. That's about normal, not this, you know, above MSRP. Let's go ahead and put a surplus on it. Let's go ahead and put a prime rate on it above MSRP, above asking. It's so stupid. Well, way to go. All these cars are going to be completely worthless. Now, on top of that, another big iconic car here in California, it was, of course, is the G-Wagon. After the G-Wagon, it's going to be your GM cars. It's going to be your Cadillac Escalades, your Chevy Suburbans, your Yukon Denali's. All of those cars are going to be absolutely worthless coming here in the upcoming time. Now, this is going to be an influx to other states. All these cars are going to have to end up going out. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the problems. Okay, now we went ahead and talked about the cars that are going to take the biggest hit. I think, did I do 5? whatever, you guys could pick a fifth one. It's going to be all cars. Every single gas car is going to be electric car by 2035. Well, they're going to have to sell nothing but electric cars coming here by 2035. So you could just go ahead and pick one. Now the problem is that currently we have a little bit over 17 million cars. Okay, that's a lot of cars. Now, according to those 17 million cars, the power grid that we have here directly in California right now is able to go ahead and charge 5 million cars. So we have a 12 million car discrepancy. Now, they didn't think this far ahead. They didn't think that this is the power grid is going to go ahead and be able to handle the total amount of cars that we have coming in versus the total amount of cars that you want to go ahead and put in as an EV. It doesn't make any sense. How does that even work? Now, the other question is what do we do with all these other cars that are gas powered? And then what do we do with all the mechanics? Now, it's not like, oh, so like for instance, if you went and bought a Tesla, I got a buddy that buys a Tesla, right? If you bought a Tesla, nobody's allowed to work on it except for Tesla. So do you have to go ahead and re-educate all these mechanics, and then who's going to go ahead and pay for all that? Are mechanics going to have to bite the bullet on that? And then how dangerous is it to go ahead and work on batteries at a mechanic shop, for instance, versus if you were to go take it and I don't know what they do. I mean, I'm no mechanic, especially I have no idea how it is to work on an electric car, because ultimately it's two motors and a battery, right? I mean, as far as I know, there's no coolant system, there's no alternator, there's no power. Is there a power steering? I don't think there's a power steering or an assistance steering. Like all the accessories that you dress up on a regular, you know, petrol engine, it's not the same. I gotta look and see how that actually works. I have no idea how that actually works. Does it really have an AC unit inside of there? And if it's not, is there a compressor in there that's belt driven? Let me know in the comments below how that shit actually works. But then you have to go ahead and reassociate everybody or retrain every single one of these mechanics. Now, how many of these mechanics are you going to go ahead and put out of a job because you want to go ahead and make it clean? You want to do nothing but EVs and you want to go ahead and mandate this. None of it stated anything as far as re-educating every single person out there. Nobody said anything about, you know, what are we going to do with the gas-powered cars. Now, back in the day, we did have something that was called a cash for clunkers, where, you know, cars that were deemed, you know, not smog, like, because, you know, we have smog, and now every car has to be star certified if you're OBD2 or and above. What happens to those? Now, do you go back to the clunkers or junkers, whatever that program was? Now that program that they had was really, really successful. Everybody was using it. Everybody and their mother was using it, but they had to stop because the money was pouring out more faster than it was coming in. So yeah, as of 2035 here in the state of California, we are gonna be 100% all sales of every single car is going to be EV. Man, it's a damn shame. First they take it stick shift cars and now they're gonna go ahead and do this. And it's not really going to help out. It's not going to help out because eventually if our power grid could only handle 5 million cars, then you're obviously going to have to go ahead and start going to nuclear power plants, or you're going to have to start getting coal, which makes more pollution than it does if you went ahead and kept things the way that it is. There should be other routes. Now, there's only one car manufacturer that is actually, in my mind, doing the right thing, and that's going to be Toyota. The Toyota Mirai is a hydrogen-powered car. The hydrogen-powered car, the only thing that comes out of there is going to be oxygen. Hydrogen, a couple of oxygen. That's the only thing that comes out. So why not dump more money into hydrogen-powered cars rather than these electric-powered cars? God knows when are you ever going to need over 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower from an electric car? Like all these cars that are, oh, it goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Like Tesla, well, that's cool. You go really, really fast, but that's not what majority of us want. Majority of people on a day-to-day basis, you're running on the freeway between 70 and 80 miles an hour, streets at like 35, 40 miles an hour. You're not going much. And if you are, you're an asshole. Well, if you like the content, let me know what you think. I want to know exactly what you think is going to happen to every single state. And do you think that every other state is going to go ahead and adopt this? But if you like the content, like, subscribe, comment. And if you want to get up to 50% commission rebate, 0% listing on selling your current home, or any mortgage assistance, link in the description below. Till next video, guys, I appreciate you watching. Peace.